Today we're going to start syncing everything. So there's no dead stalled lines. First thing I'm going to do though is we're going to get a couple of hard drives that are nearby. Near Divergence, you might have been in an ad break before. So first talking chat, VIP of the day, so congratulations and welcome. Right, yeah, let's have a look. Which one I use more? So does that. Nope, your day has gone well. Hope your day has gone well. Yes, it has, thank you. Work's over and yeah, time to enjoy some Satisfactory. I've got the copper sheet. I just want some... Gasoline. I've been here for a few minutes. The viewer can't tell me I was even close to first. I'm only just getting back into Satisfactory in between playing Rust. I've been watching a lot of Rust myself. It's a pretty cool game. I couldn't stream that one, to be honest, but I do enjoy watching it. Two very addictive games, yeah. Yeah, Rust certainly looks addictive. Also looks frustrating at times. Let's take that. You got 13,500 hours on Rust. Wow. You've been playing that for a while then. That's crazy. That there. It's going to put away a few things I don't need on a big trip. Don't think I'll need a miner either. If you ever want to learn, I'll teach you. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. It's I definitely I do like the concept of Rust, but I don't think I commit to the levels of, what do you say, having to be so online all the time and active. Okay, I'm going to quickly flip some buttons around. Bear with me. So I reckon this one needs to be Q. And this one needs to be X. But sometimes watching games I find can be more enjoyable than actually playing it. Yeah, you have to play on a private server if that's the case. Yep, that's exactly it. Yeah. Alright, I'm just making sure I've got enough things to make this when I need to. I think that's about it. And a meme. Looks like I've got everything I need there. And I'll pick more up just about there. I think the concrete's the only thing feel more prepared now. Alright, and we'll get rid of this to-do list. I don't need that anymore. Alright, let's go get these couple of hard drives. There's a couple on my map that I marked. This one here. So we'll head to that one. Yeah, it's over there. Oh, I could probably parachute to it from here. There it is, over there. I'll make a good distance from here. Oh, hold on. I missed something. Got to get some quartz crystal. Lucky. That could have been a big waste of time. That one I'll take. That as well. I think that's all I need. Alright, take 2. Although I think the primitive update they did on Rust looks like a good idea. A good way of playing a different style. Not being so much gun oriented. Well, that wasn't as good of a jump as I want, but maybe we can parachute uphill. Of course we can parachute uphill. Right, so there is a hog down here. Come on, mate. Got him. And now just crawl and get this. Yudi, hey, what's your favourite part from 1.1? Well, from what I've seen, trying to think. Why do they keep spitting them out? I'm not moving, I'm crouched. Gee, I might just move back a bit more. Okay. I'm just trying to remember the videos. Stop now. Get rid of these and I'll be good. I'd say the conveyor counters, the things that go on the conveyor belts that shows you the number of items on a belt. And I also like the idea of the lift they've got in there. Elevators? Well, in the video, let's have a look. So here, yeah, here. And you can see here too. Sorry, it's a bit loud. Yeah. The elevator part and the vertical splitters, yeah. But also, this storage stuff. All this shelving is going to be pretty cool if that's a thing. I don't know if the shelves are a buildable item or if someone's made these shelves and they've added new skins for the beam connectors. Yeah. Because these just look like beam connectors, but they are specifically new items there. Because that's a new type of metal. So it might just be a standard type of shelf racking. Yeah, as you were wondering the same, yeah. Because and do they allow you to put things on here that are visible in its size? Don't know. Be interesting to see. All right. Let me get that one. And the vertical splitters?
Freighter records indicate this comes from the past, which is normal.
Which is normal. Let's go here. I'll remove my stamp now that I've done that one. And Brad, which is normal. Ada with the good comments. Yes, yeah, a crash site is totally normal. All right, let me make a note of that. What are we here? We're at 0.21. Hope you're doing well today, Murad. All right. That's 41. That was hard disk drive plus remove map marker. All right, cool. From here, we'll go. There's another one. Good day to you also. Absolutely. Thank you. This one, I'm pretty sure we've already got, but let's head over to it. Forgot to remove the map markers when we were there. That's okay. Now we can go and do it. I just want to get a couple of hard drives researched, and then we'll get working on syncing everything, and then we'll do a little bit more exploring. Check these slugs while we're out too. Yep, we've already got that one. We did all that without dying. I mean, a bit slower. Oh. Might as well take all the damage and just be done with it. Excuse me. Right. Getting a few power shards too, because we're going to need them. This is where that pure coal node used to be here, but not anymore. I've been to these crash sites before to get parts, but I'm back now. You get the hard drives. I'll just parachute up. No way. Oh no! My power went out. Have I got all of you scared then? $30, $60, $90. Ah! Oh! I need 4. $20? Yep, there we go. No. You know, it's interesting. Map marker. What's interesting is none of the creatures have spawned here Only thing I did was I left a personal storage box. There's no other buildings nearby. I haven't been here for a long time. I may have to play with that. If that's all it takes. A personal storage box. We'll have to play with that. Hey, look at that. They all just turned up after I deleted the storage box. That's very interesting. Strange it was that instant. Yeah, I know, because I went down there, I ran around those creatures. Yeah. They're all down, like, they would have, unless there's some sort of slow spawn mechanism that occurs when you come into an area fast. It'd be like 10 to 15 seconds you've encountered, yeah. Yeah, there is a slowness, but not that slow, yeah. We will, that's very interesting. This way. Can I go this way? Can I parachute uphill? Yes. Up the cliff edge? Yes, yes. Parachuting up? Yes. That's such a broken game mechanic. So there's some hogs here. This will be a good test. Let's do this. I'll put a personal storage box right there near a hog. And also, let's do another one around here. These are two very good spots. Because there's hogs here. And let's also do this. We'll go on the map. I'll just put, there's one here and there's one here. Jack Creation, good day. I think the devs are like, that seems broken, but it's like the tube launcher, keep it in. Yeah, yeah, the parachute's an odd one. These, a supercomputer. This is a a location frequented by speedrunners, so that can really help you early on. Need to let more than 3 game days pass now? Well, that's a good question, Murad. We might test it a couple of different ways, because I didn't kill the hog at the other one, so I'd be interested to see what happens. I'll make a note of that. What was it? That was where are we? Let's say 0.28. Personal crate at hard disk drive stopped spawning. Okay. We've got 2 hard drives now. What have we got? Steel rotor or biocoal? Oh, geez. Well, definitely want steel rotor. That's a good one. And where are we? All over here. And then over here. Right. There's another hard drive up here. Do you mind a little back setting? Not at all, Murad. I've got so many hours in this game, there is nothing that anyone could possibly spoil. And I've done a full playthrough as well, so... And when you're trying to science out some of this stuff, it's good to have different opinions. Where I could hear a... The Mercer Sea right under me. There must be a cave. It must be above a cave. Because I can hear it right here. I think there's a cave entrance. Birkin is back setting us, don't be confused. Oh dear. Yeah, that's what's going on. One of them.
Please laugh at our shores.
When will you learn?
Witness the deep and sing for us.
I am still unable to initiate communication. How are you doing it?
We composed a resonant song to curb the effigy, tapping into the inner currents. We sacrificed our blood and our temples and let the metal in from the void to eat our flesh.
That's a lot to unpack. How do you tap into these inner currents?
Consume our blood, worship at our altars, curb the melody.
I do not understand.
Flat frequencies paint straight lines. The blood is a teacher. Each altar is a window.
Processing data.
Welcome back. Be glad. Hello, welcome. You know you can't go past without checking. No. Can't put a water extractor there. The hard drive there. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I hadn't been to this one as well. That one got him right in the forehead. Nice. Take some screws, some more rotors. There used to be computers here, I think. Back in the day. Can't remember. But I think that's everything that we've got now. That's enough hard drives for the moment. We'll head back. Slug. Got a few slugs up on the way back. There was another one. Used to be another one under here, but I might have got it. Yeah, actually, let's do this. I'm not going to get that slug, I'll just leave it there. And we'll put on the map another one here. And we'll do a trip back and we'll see. I was more curious to hear your reply on the coal steel rotor suggestion. Oh, sorry. Just if you did not select the steel rotor, the coal would be bound until you need steel rotor. Yeah, well, that's true. I've also got I've got a bunch of other ones there, but to be honest, I'll forget, and then when I actually go to find it, I'll get confused. It's a good idea. But yeah, it's definitely a good suggestion, Murad. One way to keep it out of the pool. I think that was all of them. We've got a purple power sock for that. There's another one up there. Jeez, I thought there was a spider falling down there, but I think it was a bat. One more. There we go. We've got a few of those down. We'll test. There's nothing in them though. Be interesting to see what happens if it didn't work. Put something in them and see if. Check our hard drives when we get up to the hub here. Oh. Iron pipe or fused quartz crystal? We'll go with iron pipe. So, right, now that's happening, we are going to be put some of these slugs away. Put that away. That away. So far. What else do I need? I think I'm good now. Alright, so that. Oh, I didn't need all of that. And we will need to go and get some more steel beams. And to make the smart splitter, I just need rotors and AI limiters and reinforced iron plate, and I've got all of those. Right, let's go get some more steel beams, and then we're going to start setting everything up to sync. So on the input of every machine, I'm going to set up an awesome sync. An awesome sync or a smart splitter. Where the awesome sync will go, I'm not 100% sure yet. But let's... I'm going to start over with all my original production lines, because a few of those need upgrading. Of course it's night time. I mean, this is a good one here. If I start off with, and also like I'll put here into my storage container, this is shutter rebar. So I want to put a smart splitter. And for this one, put the... Where we put the... Over here. It's a big... The only issue I have here is it's a big sheen. It's going to take up a floor in a building. So maybe, like, it's going to push the height of a floor up. So maybe if I make it so it's right at the edge . Yeah, I don't know about this. This is the only thing I've got to work out. This is where, because we'll be putting a lot of these down. Or maybe we do have one per building, and then that's just a dedicated space in that building. There's nothing we can do about that. That would be... So if that was the case, and there's going to be a few merges running off it at times. Let's try and we'll just try and put that one there and we'll try it out. So power. It's the wrong button. Right, yeah. If I put a merger here to start off with, so then I could come out of here. That'll be the center. So there'll be that one there. Rightio. So that there, left overflow, and straight ahead Shadow Reaver. Perfect, that'll yep, that's getting sunk. So then over here, for instance, put, say here, yeah, so that is what I could do here. Is put a merger there. And So this, my next machine would actually be here. So my merger here would be better off. Oh no, that's alright, we do that. Yeah, let's do this, do this, do this. That there. Too high. I don't want it being that high. But I can come around here. So the next, just going to put a machine here because I may have one here in the future. So then I could have that would go there. There.
Buckle up, there's a raid incoming.
Over here. And that
Thank
over
you, Shinzo-san, for the raid of
And then
12
we could
viewers.
Shinzo is coming to the raid. Welcome. How are you, Shinzo? Folks, go and drop him a follow if you're not. Check him out. I was having a look at their factory the other day. Pretty awesome. Okay, so iron rebar and left is overflow. So now don't need that. So now we'll be getting a combination of both of those. How are you today, Shinzo? And there was so that should be currently we're consuming about 600, so it'll be interesting to see that progress as we go through and sync. Thanks for shout out. No worries, anytime. You're good. Excellent. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm just doing a bit of going around and putting smart splitters and everything, so everything can go to a sink, multiple sinks. Steam copper sheets or wet concrete. I'm going to go for wet concrete. My last hard drive for a while. Alright, so this is want to bankrupt an electricity bill, I see. Absolutely. I want all the coupons. Alright, hold on. That. But everything, I want everything to be sunk. So for instance, on this incoming line here of quartz crystal, I want to sink that. Now that there, I have a problem here because I can't put, I'm going to get snap, what do you call it? What am I trying to say? I'm going to get clipping from that conveyor pole there. But what if I did that? I mean, that also clips. That's a shame. I may have to accept that that's not going to be a thing. Smart splitter coming in going that way. I don't know. I'm trying to do things in a particular way on this playthrough, but yeah, I think we're going to go with that. So that'll be straight ahead. Will be. Oops, no. Quartz crystal, and I think left will be overflow. And then, Shinzo, I scouted all the bauxite sources on the map today. Next time I'm going to hook it all into train network and then planning to produce 12,000 aluminum ingots per minute. That's a lot of aluminum ingots. Holy moly. Okay, so then I'm thinking that I want to put that there. And left will be overflow. And then what I'm going to do is where are we? Put a merger. There, and then I can put another one from here. And that can go to there. Yep, so that's our overflow going left. Sweet. You want to convert them into trigons, so you need a lot? Okay, that makes total sense. Alright, so that's coming in. And we've dealt with... That's the output of these we've dealt with, so there's no longer a build up here. The iron rebar is here. This is coming in here. So it I might with this one. Yeah. I think we'll put the I could put it here and then send it over to here, maybe, or you never automated rebar munitions, although I have homing ammo. Yeah, well, I decided in this playthrough we're going to build everything. So all the different types of rebars, all the different types of ammos, you name it, we're going to automate it. So I reckon if we did that, would, that's always going to be there. I could put we could put the smart splitter. All my future setups are going to be a bit better, but because I didn't think about this 100% early on, I'm having to retrofit it. But I think what we'll do here is, because that one is there, we're going to have this could be here, or it could be here. If I put that one there, and then I have, well, I came from the approach, if I don't like it, I'm not going to use it, I don't want to waste time ordering and that, but I get what you're doing, it's merit, thank you. Also because it's part of my tutorial series, so yeah. So this is iron rebar, and then left I'll go overflow. So then if I was to go Perfect. I was to go... That should be there. I might even... put it there like that. And then we can go... No, that needs to go up one. I think that's right. Let's have a look from a distance. Yep. No, that's not right. I need to come down one. I think it needs to be there. Perfect. And there's no clipping anywhere. Beautiful. Rightio. That's beautiful. That's... Oh. That doesn't look too good. Why is it going... Oh, it's on default. Ah, because of the direction I built it in. Yeah. There we go, that's better. Okay, so that's that dealt with. So that's both inputs of this one have been dealt with. What's interesting here is too, I could put a merger here and then bring this one to join in, and also I've got these here, the incoming iron. Yeah, let's do that. It's going to get more and more complicated, but that's okay. So if I was to have a merger, let's say my merger's pointing that way. Would that be the best way? Because I'll have that one there. Don't think there'll be enough room. Oh, there might be actually. No, no. I would need... The merger would have to point this way. Well then I reckon here, like that. I could even have it if I had it all the way here, right? Spaghetti intensifies? Indeed it does. If I had it like that, then I can have I need to build load that. But come into here. Create a smart splitters category. And then put a smart splitter here that way. And something that I have really not pointed out a lot, and I want to highlight this. With any of the machines, the splitters and the converters, the mergers and that, I pointed out before how they have the arrows that indicate the direction. Now they're great when you're building something, but when it's already built, there are other ways to identify it. And there's two ways. The primary color is on the inside, on the input portion of the splitter. So that's a smart splitter. If I put the merger here, and if I put a normal splitter here, you can see inputs are always the primary color. And also they have these 3 notches on them. 3 notches and 3 notches. Whereas outputs have these not notches, but arrows pointing in the directions. And that's also the same for a constructor. All the machines are the same. They have these 3 notches to indicate an input and the arrow to indicate the output. It's very handy when you're looking at a bunch of machines and you're trying to work out where the input of something is, or a bunch of mergers and splitters. Uh-huh. Do that. Rightio. Okay. So this is my smart splitter. Smart splitter 0. Smart splitter 0 height. Logistics will be here. And I'll change my icon to smart splitter. Did I have, yeah, I've got the correct icons there. Yep, okay. So that's that one. Okay, so then I'm just going to repeat this for the different ones because I will be using this quite a bit. So it makes it makes sense for me now to go through and set them all up early on. So you've said you've splitted game capture and your camera footage. So how do you know where in game footage your video clip is that you just marked? Are you syncing them while you're editing, I guess? So yeah, when I start a stream, Shinzo, I press a record button on my Stream Deck thing, and there's two instances of OBS that are running on my recording PC. One of them is recording just the game footage, so it's just the game and the game audio, and the other one's recording my camera and my audio. So when I press record, they're both starting at the same time. So when I load the footage into the video editing software, they're the same size. So they both start at the same time, and then I group those clips together. So then as I go through, I know that that's when I'm talking, and yeah. And then generally, when I grab the clip I need, I generally ditch the bit of me and me talking and just keep the game bit I need. But also, while I do mark it all, I also keep a record of every one. So even though I write it on this and go clap, I actually keep a time record. It's much quicker for me, because otherwise I've got to watch the footage back and try and find them. Things just get complicated. But it's what I've chosen to do. Sure, there's other ways to do it as well. Tooth and nail, evening. How goes the tutorial session? Oh, we're going good, thanks. We are setting up some smart splitter blueprints at the moment, but we're going through and syncing everything. So I've picked one factory to start off with, and we're starting to put in all the smart splitters going to a sink. So now I should have all my smart splitters down there as well. So I reckon...
Smecken thanks you very much for your resub.
I don't want one.
Thank you Toons202 for renewing your Prime sub of 3 months. What a producer smile.
Tooms, thanks very much for using a Prime sub. I really appreciate it. 3 months is absolutely awesome. What a producer. I'm the executive producer. Tooth and nail, are you going to be putting all these tutorial sessions on YouTube like a long play? So there's two answers to that, Tooth and nail. Yes, every full episode will go on YouTube, and that'll probably start happening in the next couple of weeks. Currently on my YouTube channel right now, the Sons of the Forest ones are being published. So I usually publish an episode every second day. So if I stream 6 days in a week or 5 days in a week, I'll only publish 3 episodes, or it's like 7 episodes in a 2-week period. So there's always, they're getting pushed out. But I've already got, I think, the first 14 episodes already uploaded, ready to publish. So you'll be able to see them all. But the other answer to the question is they will also be turned into individual videos. Like, I'll just bring one up now that I published the other day. So here's a video that I made just on the nutrients component of the MAM, and it covers everything about that tree, everything you need. So that's why I'm very particular as I make notes as I go through, so that I can then go and get all the bits together and put it together. And yeah, there's a lot of work going on. Shinzo, are you going to continue this save when 1.1 gets released? Yes, I will. I will wait till 1.1 becomes a full release beforehand. I won't go to experimental, but I may flick to another save and have a play with the stuff in experimental. But initially, I don't want to, yeah, because all of this is about getting my website up to date. So all of that content does need to make its way in to the tutorials. Okay. So these are the smart splitters. That's what I want. So it would be coming in this direction. Yep. So as you can imagine, there's a lot to happen. Now, this is one of these things here with the putting blueprints down. You can't, now I can go lock my hologram and I can look up and I can see, yes, that's the direction I want it. But it can be a bit hard to see where you want to place something, because blueprints aren't about placing things up there. Blueprints are about the block object of the blueprint and where it's positioned in relation to where your cursor is currently pointing. That's when you're in the default build mode. If I'm in the blueprint, for example, if I was to build this here in the default mode, now when I switch to the R blueprint build mode, I'm now building based against the block object of the other blueprint. So you can see here, by pointing here, I'm directly touching the block object of the other one. If I switch back to the default build mode, now I'm just floating around. I'm sort of somewhere on that block object of the other blueprint, or anything else that can be built on. But that's the key thing with when you're placing blueprints. The place that it gets built is where your cursor is looking, and it depends on the build mode. So right now, where I wanted to, I know, because I know the arrow on the blueprint that's facing to the left right now, I know, or if I press the H to hold the hologram, I know it's the input of the smart splitter. That's how I designed these blueprints. And then I know that this is the size of what the actual blueprint, the smart splitter is. So by looking at the foundation, I know that's exactly where I want it to be, and then I can build it. Now, the only other thing I really wanted to, while I'm talking about blueprints, the thing with blueprints is, so this is my 0 smart splitter blueprint, and I place it down. If I go to the build mode of R, just keep in mind that the blueprints themselves, if I just build a normal one, I could be wrong here. Let me just, I want to grab one that's a default dismantle mode like that. And I put it on top. Can you see the height difference there? You can't stack blueprint objects like you can stack splitters and mergers, because there's a blueprint like this has, when I go to my dismantle mode, a blueprint has a bounding box, a physical size. So that bounding box is from the outside edge of the little metal bits here, and also the upper edge of the smart splitter. Whereas when you are building splitters stacked on top of each other, they go in a particular spot, they merge into each other as part of, that's how they're spaced appropriately, so that they match the height of the stackable, of these belt poles and all that sort of stuff that goes on in Satisfactory. So while it's good to have splitters and mergers in these blueprints that I've got set up, if you decide that you want to place one on top, you need to change back to you need to grab a normal, you need to be in the default dismantle mode to grab a copy of the object and see now it's the right height, because I'm building on top of a splitter right now. I'm not building on top of a blueprint. That's the difference between, you just have something you have to keep in mind when you're using blueprints. I hope that makes sense. There. And you can see, because I'm working on this tutorial series, I can really slow myself down in my building when I stop to do this sort of stuff. It makes sense, but I never encountered this problem because I never blueprinted single splitters. Understand? Okay, so now this goes to there. No. That goes to there. That goes to there. Straight ahead is iron rod, and then in this case to put output of that. That's that I've dealt with that way. This I will get there. I can do that way. And then this, I think, think I need to go there. I'm going to go one more. I think, and then that can go that way. And then this. I wonder. So I'm going to go like that. That's there, and then I think I want one to go. Oh no! I've fallen off. Crap. Let me go to my ladder. Gets confusing right now, but I'm trying to make this neat and tidy. Cut it! So that can come and wrap, that can go over there, go along here to you. Oh look, I'm still in my build mode. And then that would, so that's, I think I need to go like that. This point I could go, actually no, I don't need, I think I don't need this one here. I could just do this. Yeah, actually. No, not that. That one there, and that one like that. That's what I want. That's going to be nice because then we're using our existing conveyor setup here. And then this one would come. So I could now actually have that way. Move that back. With that way, and then that comes to, well, actually that goes to there, so then I've got overflow to the right. There goes that overflow. And then over here, this is the output from that production line, which is heading to my there. So we can now have another smart splitter there. And this is stun rebar. And our overflow will go to the right. So once that belt gets to there, here we go, our stun rebar is heading off. So now we should have a few different things coming along this belt. We've got shatter rebar, iron rods. What else we got? Stun rebar. So we're getting a good mix. Perfect. I like how this is going now. And then we've got that and that. And then also another one here. Because I've got this is the incoming iron rods for that production line there, which we also need. This is our iron rebar. We also, I would like to get this smart splitted out without, might have to make a belt design change there, but yeah. So that's, just go that way like that. That will go there, and that lines up with there. Now left will be overflow, and then probably going to try and do this. It's going to go to there. Do one more. Going that way. And we've got that happening that way. So that I'm going to change this. Like that. Then that'll give me the extra room I need. Now I can put my smart splitter here. And then so this is iron. rebar, and to the left is overflow. Rightio. So there's more going on my belt. More coming in. Right, so what's my power? I mean, we're not going to see drastic power changes yet. This will be something that will take time as we do every part of the production line. Because I've just done... What have we got here? What have we done in this case? We've done the output of this one. It is overflowing. And then I've done this one, the output of this one. It brings in iron rods, so we need to do the input of this one, and then it can merge onto... that's a tough one. Where would I want to merge that one? That's a smart splitter. Maybe over here. So I think that comes in there, that's fine. That's that. So then I could put and then we would have our smart splitter. Arrow is which way? The direction it's coming from. So I think that's it there. It's coming in that way. I want it to be lined up here. So I need to move this across. So then I would have my that going to there, there. Straight ahead is iron rod, and to the left will be overflow. The only annoying thing here is I didn't want to have splitters and mergers on these main bus lines, so I'm actually going to get rid of that. That's not what I want. one of my guidelines is on the main bus lines, which are these outer ones, no splitters and mergers. So it would have to actually go, I'll probably put it here. It could go just there, and that I would be happy with. And then I could do that. Okay, I'll go left and right as overflow until I choose which way I want to go. I probably want to go right here because this is perfect because it's lined up. I just want to have another is that clipping machine? It's not. That would be fine then. Well, in that case, look another way. We'll do it to this pole first, and then to there. And then that'll keep that. Some, yeah, I like that. And then that's going in there, so then we've got a lot of overflow. So let's check everything here. I think we might have got everything covered now. Quick wire is the only one I haven't done. So quick wire comes in at 25 per minute. So it would be coming in as Mark 2. Yep. So this is a tricky one because I haven't got I don't want to have the overflow, the smart splitter on that belt line. So however, I could wrap around, come over here, do some blank area, do the that would come. The only issue here is this is not uniform, so I don't like doing that. But I kind of so that could go to there. up to here, over here. So if we had a where would the overflow go? Overflow. That'll work. That'll work. So if this was here, came into here, comes into the smart splitter, left, yes, left will be quick wire, straight ahead will be none, and right will be overflow. So then this would then, as a Mark II belt, I want it to come to there, so it become down one. Okay, so this is going to come into here, and then it's going to go up to here. It's going to join with that, and this. No, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go this way. I have to go to here. Like that. Back that way, and then this is going to come over here. So all we have to do is clear the machines. And that should be it. Let's just check from over here. Right. Good. Already out. So these are all about to spool up. Should see some quick wire to the overflow. There we go. Nice. Awesome. Alright, so do we have everything overflowed? That one's overflowed. We'll just go machine by machine. The input from this machine is overflowed, and then the output to the box is overflowed. The next one over. Oh, I can't wait till I get a jetpack, I'll tell you. The next one over is the input is overflowed. We should see rods going down now. After, well, this just took one, but hopefully in a second we'll see a rod going down. No, it's making a fool out of me. Probably because it's now producing at the right rate. And then the output of this one heads in, that gets overflowed, but we haven't actually hooked up this one here. I want to come back one. So I want it to be here, I think. Yep. Right, so this is iron rebar. And then the left is overflow. So then over here, more overflow. So that's to there. All right, so that's the input for these three machines. I've got overflow set up for the input for the rebar, and I've got overflow for the quartz crystal. That is set up. The output for these machines, I have got overflow set up to there. Over here, I've got so I've got iron rods from that one, that's being overflowed and sunk, and then that's the output of that, it's overflowed and being sunk. Then the input, and then the input comes in for these machines, and the quick wire that comes in is also overflowed, and the output of this one is also overflowed. Right, so all of this floor, this building floor, is now overflowing. That's good. When I first started, there were 3 coupons, so we've made 6 coupons, sort of. There's a few other I'll just make a note quickly here of right. What was it? Do we have any more hard drives finished? Okay, so we've got molded beam, charcoal. I actually don't want any of those ones. Rescan. Steel rod or molded steel pipe? I've chosen not to use the steel rod recipe, and I'm not using the molded steel pipe recipe, so I'm just going to leave those two sitting there, to be honest. Let's print those out and go back to our awesome shop. And we'll do a couple more things. Wow, our flexible framework, our versatile framework's done for the space elevator. All I'm left with is the wire, whatever whatever that one is. What's this one? Automated wiring. But that's kind of a bit far away yet for me. That's cool. So they are now syncing as well. Some more of these things. Put those in my cart. Indoor lighting. So street lights, indoor lighting, light control panels. Now how many have I got? 15. I've got 7 left. I'm gonna grab that one. We've got now 19. That should be all of them. 22 coupons.
If you sense your productivity slipping when it gets dark, don't worry, this is perfectly natural. Fortunately, fix-it lights allow you to never experience wasteful darkness ever again.
Right, that'll help us out for a bit. I also want to let's see if this is powered on. Yep. Get rid of some of this stuff. Now there were some other production lines that needed updating, like the screws. So we're going to go and have a look at some of those. And what I mean updating is the output of the belts of some of these. So these are the iron rods, the next building over. Okay, so this one is the screws for the Pioneer. I'm looking at a spreadsheet right now that you can get a link to there. Right, so screws for the Pioneer. My output was 60 per minute, so that one's fine. The screws for the reinforced iron plates. It was 8 machines. So it's these ones over here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So those are Mark IIs. They're correct. No, well, yeah. So it's Mark II and Mark II. So that would be 37.5 times 4 is 150. So already that needs to be Mark III. And so with this. And then this is Mark III all the way. Now this one feels like it's for rotors. Okay, let's follow the this is for rotors. I got the wrong one. So the rotors are 300 per minute. So they still need to be Mark IV belts to operate efficiently. So we might as well Mark III them. I was looking at it's 8 for rotors and 6 for the reinforced iron plate. Oh, that's good. Well, regardless, that's good. Already getting that updated was good. So that one's fine. So it's over here. It's these ones over here, these 6. These go to our reinforced iron plates. And it's so 30, 60, 90 for each one. They're Mark II, so it's this output here. This all needs to be Mark III. Ah, missed it. Where's my nearest ladder? Over here. Oh yeah, so our Mark III. I might have started doing that at some point. And then these would be 60 each. They're the Mark ones, so that's all good there. We'll have to come back and smart split and all this stuff as well. But that one has been done. The reinforced iron plates for the screws for the reinforced iron plates are 108. They should automatically be marked 2 already. So they're fine. So yeah, they're the major ones at the moment that I can remember we wanted to. Concrete was actually another one. Let's go and have a look at that. There's a bunch of updating that needs happening to a lot of belts, and then once we, those ones, therefore we'll deal with that later. I'm not going to get distracted. Because I had got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the concrete. So it was 90 per minute output overall. So what are these? 15, 45. So that needs to be marked 2. But it's 270 input, and that's 45, 45. Oh, I was bringing it from 2 different nodes. That's right. I couldn't remember if this was, which one was which. So at this moment, what's 135 from each one? So I'm getting 120. So this one I could overclock and get the 270. And that other limestone I'll be using. Let's do that. Because this other limestone I'm actually going to use in my iron factory. That works really well. So, probably carry those power shards on us for a while. That's good. That actually lets me get rid of that bottom belt and get rid of that. There's actually a few reasons why I wanted to get rid of all of that. Right, so 270 is what we want. Perfect. That is the center of both of those. feel like. Something didn't look right there. So now that should be, that's that, perfect. So now I can get rid of change a few things here actually. I'm going to leave that there for the time being. It's not doing anything. But yeah, I think what I want to happen here is, because I don't have to go up. Yeah, we're going to redo some of this at some point, to be honest. Some of this isn't correct. Yeah, we've got to change a few things here. We'll get to it. We're going to correct this whole setup. But we actually have to do all this correctly because the right amount of iron's currently not entering in either. I need to properly set what's going to every node. But we'll get there. We might quickly go and grab a couple of other hard drives on the map. Pretty sure we've grabbed this one. Oh, let's go back and check these crates. Actually. Yeah. That says grab that one. Oh, I do have plastic. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go over here. Let's go and investigate that theory we had earlier. I'm going to take some plastic and some rubber. All right. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take a tractor with us for a change. Stacks of coal. Yeah, let's do that. It'll be a bit quicker with the exploring with the tractor. Put my foot pedals out. So we're going to see if the spawns a personal crate left in an area where there's wildlife. And I've left it in a couple of areas. I left it in an area where I didn't even kill the wildlife and I just put it there and left. So that's this first one coming up here will be that. There should be a big hog up here. And some other smaller hogs. Okay, so the big hog's there, so that didn't make any difference there. But let me leave something in there, because that's the other thing I did have in the other one. Now there was another area, there was a couple more areas. There was the crash site up here that I did kill some hogs in, and then I left a personal storage crate. So let's see if those hogs respawn. There's a storage crate here, but I didn't kill that hog. That hog is still there. So I'll just put something in that storage crate. We'll come back and check it later. That was around here where I killed a couple of hogs around here. And then I put a storage crate down. Very interesting. So, there's normally 2 hogs here, okay? I left this storage crate. Now, they would have spawned by now. So, if I delete this storage crate, maybe I didn't leave it long enough for them to respawn. What if I go up here and come back? Well, let's just leave a... oh, there's my lights. Let's just leave that here then. Ah, I've never seen that one over there. Oh, it's a little hidden rotor. It's a new addition. Love the old sugar cube, as they call it. Oh, I killed him too. Nice. Now there's a hard drive nearby. I meant to grab some powder. I need 2 black powder. Must be in the workshop, the workbench. Let's go find that one. It is. Oops. Doesn't like super steep hills. Now I did leave a crate under here as well, but I can see I saw some hogs still there, so I'm just going to leave that one alone for the moment. Oh, some obelisks, plastic, steel beams, case industrial beams. This is the black powder.
Initial scan suggests partial recovery of data is possible. Take the damaged hard drive to the MAM for analysis.
I will. Yep. Yep. Boy, I will. I didn't bring my Noblest detonator. think this one's steel pipe. Nice, kept him subdued while I crept up. And it didn't open these ones. Circuit boards, very handy. More circuit boards. Stators. Rubber. More steel beams. Used to be batteries up here a long time ago. I think that's everything here. And then we'll go across here now. So yeah, we want to be yeah. Right, there's a cave along here. Not that one. Oops. What? I just killed you. Songs of Conquest. That goes into a special inventory. Where are we? So, back over here. a little cave here somewhere. You're on the wrong side of it. That's a different one I'm looking for, the one that's there. Side of this. Yeah, I think I'm looking the wrong spot. That's a different one again. This is what I was looking for. Ah, but I don't have the boom. I've got the boom, I just don't have the detonator on me. Right. Well, now I remember. Right. It's night time too. There's going to be some spiders. Magati, do you have any stipulations to run, or are you playing as you want? It seems like an exceptionally large factory for this stage, thinking big. Well, yes and no. Have a look in that link there. There's a spreadsheet, but there's also a list of guidelines. But generally, I'm not rushing. One of the main things I'm doing is I'm automating everything as I go. So if I unlock steel production, for instance, that means before I can unlock another milestone, I have to automate the steel ingots, steel beams, steel pipe, versatile framework before I can unlock another milestone in the MAM. In the hub.
Fix-It always did underestimate the power of a single cosmic ray flipping the right bit at the wrong time.
But I'm also turning every episode and all the bits from every episode into tutorials to update my website. So I am taking a bit of time as well. But the key thing I am demonstrating in this playthrough is you don't have to rush through and get something to proceed. You can take your time and you'll get there with no hassles. So that's why the factory's that size. But when the factory, the way I'm building the factory is there's one building for every product. So there's an iron rods factory, there's a screws factory, there's a steel ingot factory, there's a steel beams factory, it's a steel pipe factory. So every time I've had to build something, I've had to make a area for it and get it all sorted out. I hope that answers your curiosity. Oops. It's one of those instances where I open Task Manager. Rightio, we've got steam copper sheet or biocoal. I don't really care about either of those right now, so we'll rescan. I think I'm going to grab steel frame because I'm going to use that at some point. And Magadi, one of the things I don't like when I play is to like rush to coal or rush to fuel and manually craft stuff and then get and then finally get that, and then you still have to manually craft a bunch more stuff to make some things, and then eventually you go, well, I have to now automate, say, modular frames, and you should have done that ages ago. So then instead of spending the time doing the new things that you want to do with the stuff you just unlocked, you're going back multiple steps just to automate the stuff that you unlocked so long ago. So I automate it as I go, and then I'm not spending a lot of time manual crafting. Right, yeah, and we'll put on the hard drive in, and then we'll head back. Oops. I can hear him getting around. There's a bigger one around, getting around too. So get rid of that one. I'm pretty sure we've gotten that one. But we're going to, I think we'll come around here. You see, thanks explanations, not a problem at all. Always happy to. I do play the game a bit differently to other people, and that often gets people asking questions, so I totally understand. If we can parachute up. No, it's a good try. Not working here in this area. I love the mechanic where you can parachute upwards. Totally gonna be a spider down here. Oh look, a completely unprotected Mercer Sphere. Just run in and grab it.
This bleeding temple hums a resonance song. Play for us.
1, 2,
Consume.
3, 4. Each of those 5.
Witness.
Oh, oh, that was a nice little bonus. Where we going? Whoa. Gotta love the parachute. I don't have to deal with him. Did he die? He did. Did he? No, he didn't. Oh. It's the other one. You know, one of them just jumped off the edge, but I could be wrong. Rotors, stators, steel beams, stators, steel beams. Wow, this is a good one to get to really early. Should have come here earlier. Quartz. Ooh. Got the quartz. Remove force iron plate there. I'll get a good view of my factory from here. Let's Sweet. Alright, we'll head back to base and we won't be far from wrapping up this episode. We're going to be doing a few episodes of sinking stuff. It might take a while to do. Let's see. but I want to get everything being sunk non-stop. I know we've been here, I just can't remember if we actually got the hard drive. Yeah, we did. Whoop, that's not the way up. Thought I could parachute all the way up. We'll get to that one later. So this is my coal coming down. And then down again to truck stations. And we have tractors transporting that coal over to our ingot factory. Positive we've got this hard drive. I'm just going to come and double check. Whee! Yeah. Sweet. I'm interested to see, I'm pretty sure our steel pipe box would be saturated, but maybe not the beam box. That's full. There's that one. Nice. We'll have to start sinking some of that soon. Curious, since I bought those tickets a while ago, we've made another 5 coupons. That's, where are we? In 40, roughly 50 minutes, I've made 5 coupons just from sinking my rebar and some of that stuff. And also the, what was the other thing? The versatile framework's constantly being sunk now that it's hit the space elevator's full. Oh yeah! Had that one before. I'm just going to leave them. Grab that, grab that. Two excellent choices. I mean, I wish I knew which one was the best to pick. So much stuff. It's away. Some leaves and wood while I was out. Those, it's these. Where are we? That one and that one I'm not using right now. I'm not using that right now. That can go there. And the coal. Those ones. Still haven't found any crystal oscillators yet. You know what? I've got that. And these ones. Alright. Yeah, I think that's it. So today we set up this awesome sink over here and sunk everything in that production line. We're going to do some more of that on every building. It's going to take a little bit of time, but it'll happen. Not using Dimensional Depot, not yet, because I need to unlock the manufacturer. I'm trying not to manual craft. I could manually craft and make the things to get it, but right now it's just not accessible. Definitely something I probably would rush if I wasn't doing this type of playthrough. But yeah, it is what it is. I don't have a super need for it right yet. I mean, everything's within running distance. But yeah, it is being missed though. Don't worry, I am missing it. Right, yeah. Well, today we got 2 achievements. Thank you for the music. Find and gather a boombox tape in the world. And establish dominance. Hit a creature with a vehicle. Nice. Okay, so today we were mainly concentrating on sinking, which we only really got one. Which factory was it? The rebar. Where all my rebar is being made right now. Everything there is now being sunk. So all the parts coming into it and all the parts going out of it. If it's full, it'll overflow and then being synced. And we're going to do that to the whole factory. And we also did a bit of exploring to get some more hard drives to unlock some more recipes. We will do a combination of that for the next couple of episodes. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.